Okay, so this is the feature film I'm working on currently. This is a quick little exhibit of where and what's happening in the world at the time that it's filmed. 2050. Some say 2019 was the first time God laid eyes upon humanity. The first time since we nailed his son to a cross. For the people of Earth, so much time had passed. Many of us forgot the old ways. Some even laughed at the idea of a God. We laughed less at first when punishment came in 2020. Without a second thought to our old ways or our sins or even a glance at the skies, our people squabbled. With all the knowledge of a fledgling, we began undoing God's wrath with the miracle of science. The cure for coronavirus came close, and with it fires and storms. Again, we paid little heed, but scientists started to chirp the world was warming faster and faster. The great minds of Earth worked furiously from 2020 onward, generating mass migration to space. In the year 2040, you could qualify through wealth or even by passing a grueling IQ test. Elon said it gave everyone a chance. By 2045, there were still too many people trampling nature to calm the planet down. With those who pushed science out of the way, the zealots of the one church were running the earth, almost in solidarity. From 2048, it was illegal to show your face in public, as we had to hide our face from God in shame. The environmentalists somewhat had their way. In a ploy of reason and of power, the Pope decided to enact the 50-50 legislation of 2050. From 2050, half of all land and water would belong to God. No modern interference would occur on God's land. Without enough room for all the people, targets of peoples per square kilometre were distributed. No continent, no matter the population, was spared. Sacrifices to dissolve overcrowding were lotteried. With the new rule, we would be able to show our face again. Our sacrifices would bear our masks and our shame. They would live on God's land as God intended, in primitive design. No technology, no contact from people who had it. They would wear masks, not only to symbolize what had happened, but also to distance themselves from the modern man. Never could they receive help or conversation from modern people. And this feature film is about the life of a sacrifice.